Hello. How you doing?
Hello, Mr. Last Second. How are you?
We are live, but I'm sure they don't mind. Yeah, no, I'm all right. I've hurt my knee, which is my excuse for DNFing earlier. How did you get on in D1?
Oh, I've sweated my balls off. Yeah, one but with a huge undercut and a bit lucky, but too much pressure, too much for me. I'm too old.
Ah, fair. I did not. I kept it clean, and then I hit the entrance to the swimming pool, which is like the biggest rookie error ever. So if I see anyone in D2 do it, I will laugh at them and feel sorry for them at the same time.
Uh, I would love for
They
them and not feel sorry.
extra tension tonight, obviously, because there's no safety car to save your soul as well, because of Codemasters have done what Codemasters do and create a game that's incredibly unreliable. So
Yeah, and that's why you're in multiplayer cars.
I have to say, one of the biggest distractions was, and I'm looking at you, Offside Nova, is seeing a yellow dot around the track in the corner of your eye because you think there's a yellow and your brain is programmed to almost look for that yellow. And I just couldn't get out my. We had about three people driving yellow cars, and it was just really, really distracting. But there's a Larkin's in pink, which surprises me absolutely none because that is his. I think he was absolutely gutted that Racing Point, Force India were taken over because that was his chosen colour always, pretty much universally.
Good times at the Racing Point. Good times.
I'm even going to message him and just saying pink traditions. I think we might be about ready to go. I think we're ready for Daniel Lavera. It's the only person we're waiting on. So there's a few debutants, I think, this week.
Mhm.
So I was away last week. If anyone doesn't know, I cracked my kneecap, which was really handy. Um, so I couldn't race. I was on some quite strong drugs.
Oh,
um,
that would have been fun. That would have been a fun one, man.
I was gutted as well because it's I quite like Monza, but
It
I
was a wet
raced
race. It was a wet race.
I raced today and yeah, I got by. I got by. But well, I didn't finish, but we are about ready to go. I'm having a look at the standings here, and somehow Doom is top of the tree still, but offside Nova. I mean, he used to be a very quick guy, I think, from games gone. He's won the last two races. Doom is a pad driver. I'm going to predict that he's probably not going to be top by the end of this.
Yeah, and also had absolutely dominated Monza in the wet. He was pulling seconds a lap to everyone, and also in qualifying. And offside is on wheel. On
Mm,
wheel is not OP on this track, but it's strong if you know how to use it.
yeah.
But yeah, Joom in the top of the standings. That's not something I would have ever expected in my lifetime. And note to you and myself, you have to be nice to offside tonight, okay?
Okay, no, I'm always nice to Assad. Assad's a very very nice guy. Is there anyone I wouldn't be nice to on this grid?
Yes.
Maybe a couple. I don't know. No. It's
No,
quite.
it's actually quite a, well, Coxie can be a bit of a cock, but otherwise,
No, but he's
otherwise they're quite decent dudes.
yeah. I mean, me and Miami had our scraps from many moons ago, but he's a good look. Yeah. This is a division full of gentlemen actually. Um,
Well, that's a statement.
you watch. There's gonna be 25 Steward reports now, and we're not gonna see. Yeah, there's gonna be rows everywhere, but everyone's trying to get out fairly quickly. I do wonder. We did have a little bit of foreshadowing of rain in D3. It wouldn't surprise me if there was something similar. Trying to find the cars is actually very hard. Oh, Killer is sporting the Audi livery, and he is out
Yeah.
first.
Someone is running a BWT livery.
That would be
Tom
Larkin almost.
Duval.
Oh,
Told you about
really?
Larkin isn't. Yeah, Larkin missed out on that. Well, we know
Oh.
Larkin loves a long pink one. But, as Daniel Lovera has left the session.
No,
It's
that's
not a great start. Other than that, I don't think we have any debutants actually. They were all
no.
here last week. Just, just him. Is he not Lovercar? Probably not, right?
I don't know actually. I've not really
He's not
been in.
Spanish.
Have a little look after. We'll see by the flag, won't we? Ben JS is running. I think that's a Lola car. I mean, I'm amazed if he knows what Lola is because, like, that's from my childhood. If anyone
Oh,
knows
good
what.
time. Yeah. Good
I'm
times.
actually going to go for it. This is probably the most fun we could have in qualifying. Qualifying is normally a bit dull to. Larkins tried to make a pink car, but it looks pretty poor. Patuka's car looks very angry. It looks like some kind of angry little, like, hornet or something.
Yeah, like
Demort's. Oof. I mean,
Killer
Demort.
already on a lap, and I don't know why the dot on his map is orange when he's in a red, black, and white Audi.
Yeah, I can't
But
work
here we
that
go.
out either. But yeah, he's
It's the
giving it
first one on a lap.
he's giving it a go. I mean, I'm not sure this will be his strongest track, to be completely honest. He wasn't a massive fan of the safety car being off, which probably alludes to the fact that he probably doesn't think it's going to be his quickest place. And this is where I met my death on the inside wall there, but he is doing that way better than I did. What do we think the pole will be here? A low.
8.
I was going to say either
High
like a
8.
low 9 or a high 8. Yeah, sounds about right. I would imagine. Probably a high 8. I would assume for these guys.
Yeah, probably outside if he gets a lap together. Should have a high 8 in him. Killer to the line with the first banker lap. Is in the 110s. Yeah, a banker lap is a banker lap. That's important here. So you have a delta and you have something before you DNF. As also it sends it with the last chicane. He opts for the default F1 world car. So he put all the effort into practice and not into style, which is a smart thing to do. To the line, 1093.
Wow.
Do you want to guess who's the man to beat tonight? Okay.
I mean, Demortz jumps up to second. I mean, wow. 1093 is just like your first kind of go in that. I mean, he's very serious, isn't he? Look, he's like you said, he's put no time into any livery design. This man's all about business, and he's managed to get 7 tenths on his nearest rival, which that is incredible, to be fair.
Standard helmet, standard gloves, standard badge, and standard livery. That's my guy. And you were doing back-to-back laps because you can do that here. I think Tom Duval is he on a lap? No, he's not.
It wouldn't surprise me. I think Coxey tried, but he's just a little bit out of the window. This is a track, by the way. This is Eon Dan's favourite track, so I expect him to do well today. He is very rusty. He's not, but
yeah.
Wow! Look, there we go. The second man in the nines. This is his absolute favourite track. It was no coincidence that he come back to the league after a few seasons hiatus when he saw this was on the calendar. That's my prediction.
We have Liam on a set of mediums. Probably not smart enough to understand that.
I will hear.
Go on.
I hear no slander against Liam because he actually invited me to the lobby when I was worried I was not going to be in. So.
Unreal. Okay, crystal clear P12 for him, you could say. Scream had a really good race last week until it wasn't any good anymore. Up to P8, probably also another good track for him. He's also on pad, if I remember correctly.
Ooh.
Yes.
I think he was pushing on the second lap and he's just completely lost it, and now he's turned off his ERS. He was pushing for that second lap like you suggested and completely lost it in the first corner. He was lucky to actually survive.
Yeah, so what you can do is a back-to-back lap is possible, but then you're running out of ERS on the final straight. But I did that in Division 1 and it was fine. Tires get quite hot, but you can maybe manage that. You can also do push, cool, push, and still have pretty much enough fuel to come back in. So you don't really need 4 softs, so 3 softs could be enough. Although
Yeah.
4 softs would have been nice today. Tom Duval on his third lap on a he's doing the push, cool, push, which is interesting. Oh, and
Ooh.
push into the wall as well. Have to be careful with that one.
So,
Raskas?
if you've got a real decent pace advantage, like someone like Offside, is there an argument to maybe do a 2-stop?
Yes, if you have the gap to pit behind, you need a 20-second gap about to pit, so you don't end up in traffic, which is going to be crucial. As a reference point, if you enter the tunnel and look on the minimap, the first sector split is where you're going to come out, pretty much.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's how you know where you come out with traffic. As they try to warm up tires. Warming up tires in qualifying is a nightmare here, especially with traffic. But let's just go on board with us side and have you through a little lap here through Monaco. So you don't want to take the marbles on the left side. That absolutely screws you turn 1. Brake early, cut the curb a bit more even than offside. He was quite late on the exit roll there. Up the hill, some stay in 6th, some go up to 7th. He stays in 6th. Rest in peace, gearbox. Really close to the wall on the inside. He does the downshift here. A bit hesitant on turning. Takes a bump. Quite consistent in the first sector. 2 milliseconds down in his time. So he can definitely improve in that first sector as well, for sure. He takes the inside curb, interestingly. This curb just does whatever it wants with you. And don't Sergio Perez here on the exit. Into the tunnel. You want to stay wide. You don't want to go on the inside. He goes a bit too much on the inside. You bottom out there, so you lose half a tenth if you go there. Then into the chicane, you just send it. Oh, beautiful cut. Absolutely nailed that one. And now he's got a little bit of traffic in the last sector, sends it through here. He's going to be up by a tenth. How much risk does he take in a swim pool chicane? Oh, too much. Invalid. As well. And does he go for another run? I think he might do.
Yeah. That was so committed. I mean, I was seeing a lot of people when I retired in D3, I was in a party and people weren't attacking the curbs in Sector 3, which I was really surprised about, to be honest. They were almost avoiding it. It's not like the last game where that curb can cause you almost instant death. You can be quite aggressive on it, but obviously you just slightly overstepped the mark there, didn't you?
Yeah, you have to be careful. It can still bounce you into the wall, but you can get away with quite a cut there. It depends on how much risk you want to take. It's not like as crucial of a chicane anymore. It's Darius running a beautiful, absolutely beautiful Williams livery.
Oh, that is lovely. How can you even get that? You must have to unlock that, mustn't you?
Yeah. You have to do some challenge or whatever and beat. I think you have to beat Alex Albon in TT on a certain track, Singapore.
Oh, right. That is such a lovely livery, to be fair. It's not quite as good as the Monaco McLaren one that was very similar, in my opinion.
And the Heritage one they also had as a choice.
And he does
for the vote, invalidated.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to know if Ben's running a Lola livery, because if he is, that wins livery of the day for me. If it's meant to be a Lola one, or if he's just got tragic taste in colours, then it's an awful livery. But
it must be.
I would love to know what we think. Maybe we'll do this after the race for all 4 divisions. Livery of the day.
Well, is it unfair to include the preset liveries per the game?
I do love the Audi one.
Car is similar to the NS6 guys, what they're running in Division 1. But it's just a bit more yellowy and brighter than the sun.
God, that is so bright.
Yeah, it even distracts you a bit from driving because it's actually glowing. We went with gold, but this one is absolutely reflective. Anyways, we should probably focus on qualifying as Ben does a purple first sector in his low level livery.
He's looking quick. But what can he
stay wide?
It's interesting. I mean, that's a wow. Yep. No one. Are we done? Wow. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean from the exit. I didn't even factor that. I'll be honest. Like, that's such a really interesting point because obviously the marbles in this game are so crazy. Didn't
And
think
also the
about it.
bottoming out is massive.
Yeah.
It's massive. Ooh, he plays ping pong in the last sector. That's his lap gone.
Do you think that would slow him that much though? Like from that corner, I feel like he didn't seem to. Like, this would be
It's not
interesting.
to a tenth or two probably, but he could still improve his time. Which he
Yeah.
does, just about. The third man into the nines. Ooh, as Oxide is up 1.6 tenths in the first sector. He's on a mission.
What was pole in T1?
8.1 by QM.
Oh, okay, okay.
And the best lap times you've done in practice is a 7.9.
Wow. Okay, okay.
Sorry for the flex. All right. Absolutely cuts chicane. Not as much as he did on his previous lap. So he probably doesn't go that purple in the middle sector. Yeah, he loses a bit of time. Into the last chicane where it all unraveled last time. Yeah, it takes it quite cautiously, but should be enough to improve his time. Is it enough for 0.8? I don't think so. 0.0, 0.1?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. That's an easy pole position for him already. I don't know what he's doing in Division 2, to be honest. But, well, he's improved a lot. He obviously has to get used to the game as well. And get a bit of a break last game. But great to see him up there. Good old friend.
It's really interesting. I mean, he's actually... Jume's not here tonight, is he? I've just realised we're talking about... It's not as brave a prediction that he's going to lose his... I mean, he's almost certain to lose it. I can't... I mean, unless our side has an absolute nightmare. But then again...
It takes one mistake. It takes one mistake and a wheel falls off.
Well, this is it.
That's Luke. Wow, Luke goes second. I don't know why Luke is running a German livery. Probably because Germans are used to walls. So that helps him a bit. But yeah, that's an interesting livery choice for him.
Yeah, he's... Absolutely, yeah. Maybe if there's a bit of an irony about the wall situation, as Daniel is limping around.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well.
He needs to. He's obviously run out of fuel, and this is not. Okay, no, it's probably not.
Yes.
Gosh. I fear for him because he's got 5 cars coming through. If I was him, I'd probably stop now.
At least he cut the chicane. Normally I don't like when people cut the corners in quality, but if you try to get out of the way, it's better. But now he has got fast cars approaching into the last sector, which is not a good thing. But he should be fine. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, I mean in quali, like you say, if you've got damage or something, and you're trying to get out the way rather than get back quickly, I think it's a different matter. But yeah, normally just skipping over chicanes probably isn't the most popular thing with the stewards.
Dan almost getting blocked, but Dan is running a beautiful livery as well. A bit too Dutch, but still not too bad. To the line, 9.5. Wow. Go on, lad. Go on.
I knew he'd be dangerous here. This is his bread and butter. Oh wow!
Oh, we took the inside wall, and that's how easy it is to lose a wheel.
Well, I know that pain.
Yep. I did it as well in practice sessions, and that's his quali gone in a split second. Half a millisecond turn in too early, and that's what happens. And now we have a wheel glitched. We had it in Division 1 as well. Just a tire standing in the chicane. Nothing else, just a tire.
Well, that's what you want when you're approaching probably the biggest braking zone on the track, I would assume.
Yes. I think so, yeah.
He's running. It's a very Spiker-esque livery. We've got a very kind of
Yeah.
That was the same lineage as Force India, wasn't it? Spiker Minardi, or am I thinking?
It's complicated, mate. It's complicated.
Everyone seems to be loving that kind of lineage of car today. I think. I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure someone will, but I'm pretty sure Spiker was.
Force India.
Yeah.
Tom Duval. Where is he? Cropper. I don't see it on the minimap. Maybe the pit lane?
Yeah, he could just be giving up the ghost. There's a few people on outlaps now. Coxey's not doing masses. I wouldn't anticipate this would be a particularly strong track for Coxey, to be honest.
But to be honest, RJW videos also has a kind of a champ car livery.
Yeah.
This also doesn't look too bad. Bit similar to Ben, just the dark mode of it. But the Audi also looks good, doesn't it? I was so close to picking the Audi this week.
It does look nice. It really does. I have to say, that is, if they come with that livery well, if they ever do join F1, I would be very, very keen for that.
Yeah, if they come with that livery, I come on that livery, you could say. It's offside has aborted. He's doing a double outlap, I think, offside. He didn't even push through turn 1. So he might do a double outlap, burn some extra fuel, and then go for that .8. Which is a dangerous game, but you can do it. It doesn't make a huge difference. But every bit counts. And enough of liveries now. RJW starting his lap. He's going for a double run. And Luke also the first sector. Oh, his favorite Pixar movie is probably Wall-E after that first sector. Shocking wall tap. Probably abort, so he can go again. So on this right side is an hairpin P7, Daniel Lovera. Or Jovera, I think it's called. Oh, that livery is something else.
He is high vis Yavera is what I might start calling him today, because that is just the most garish thing I've ever seen.
At least you see him when he crashes. Safety first.
Hope. I mean, he's in the stream because he said someone invite me, so maybe he's heard.
Take that back then. Traffic in the last sector as well, which is not nice. No. Not too much of an effect, but it just distracts you that little bit. Doesn't improve his time.
RJ's not improving.
Through the first sector, Miami is in the wall or in the pit. Offside down, 1.3 tenths. It hasn't paid off. Session over. Larkin is finished as well. Coming to the line.
Not massive. There's a gold car. Brent is coming, and he's half a second up, so he could really jump here. Ooh, he lost it in the last sector. He was way more up though. He obviously had a bit of an issue. There's Mortz. Mortz is in a real tricky spot here because he's following quite closely behind. He's coming round. There's going to be people coming over the line way earlier. Offside is now a tenth up. How has he managed that?
What?
He's gained 2 tenths.
Invalidated. Oh, he had the middle sector of his life. Tope to the line. Goes up to P6. Wow, that was a very important lap for him. That's a do or die lap. Luke is invalid and in game as well. Oh, Coxey got blocked by
D Mortz was just following round. Someone crashed out. Oh, he's going to be livid because he was 3 tenths up.
Scream crash out at him.
He lost 2 tenths, which could be the genuine difference between. That could be 4th. I mean, it would have been 4th. I mean, he's almost certainly. I mean, I know like that kind of distraction out through sector 3 is going to always cost you time.
I think that's quality done. Cox into the pits. I don't know if he got blocked by the car of Daniel Jovera. I don't know if he retired on track, but it looked like it in the chicane, which is not great. But yeah, it's quality done, and a bit disappointed we didn't see a 108, but still absolutely dominant pole from offside, isn't it?
Wow, I mean, it's so dominant. I mean, nearly half a second there. The rest of the field is a little bit closer. I mean, Dan, I did predict to do well with his little Last of Us logo, but Killer in third, that's quite a surprise. Darry, Luke, Tope, RJ, Ben, Dan, High-Vis, Yavera, D. Mortz, Brent, Coxey, Tom DeVal, Cross Liam, Swim Larkin, Miami. I'm not surprised to see, I mean, I'd assume a lot of these guys are on pad down here. The 11s, I mean, ugh. That's not a good. That's not putting up trees in D4. I suspect, if I'm being honest. So,
coming from our favorite D3 driver. Oh god.
I would have. I'd be disappointed with an 11.
You would be on pole in this session, wouldn't you?
No, maybe once upon a time, but not today. What's this? What's the? I'm sure we're not giving away many secrets. Is it? There's
Oh,
two arguments, right? There's a strategy
go on.
that's hard. Is it medium hard or?
You can do a hard medium or medium hard, and it doesn't really matter when you like pit. You just need to pit delta. Like
Yeah.
if you end up in traffic, you're screwed. So we'll have a bit of a Singapore situation here. If the pack stays together and doesn't really form a big gap, which can easily happen when someone gets damaged and does stays out, you can hold up the whole pack and then you have the gap. But otherwise, you just have to stay out forever until that gap appears and then try not to be undercut. So it's an absolute melt for the brain in terms of when you pit and when not. And whilst you do that, you have to try to be quick and not crash into the walls.
Yeah. I would. One thing I really love about this game compared to the previous ones is the undercut is so powerful, and I really love the fact that for this track in particular that's going to cause really interesting kind of dynamics. And what's Offside will probably love to see Dan, who is comfortably the second quickest on this track, on hards. Because I can't see Killer and I just can't see too many people behind getting past him, and he's probably going to be able to run off into the distance.
Yeah, you can probably get that pit stop gap quite easily, quite soon. Also to note, yeah, we have some soft runners, which the softs are not great, but if you pit early anyways for a huge undercut, you can do that. The undercut, if you execute it nicely, is about 3 seconds.
Hmm.
A bit more even. So yeah, but tricky pit exit, tricky pit entry. Have to hit the turn-in point and not allocate it to a button that doesn't work. Hello. We already see someone cutting the chicane. But yeah, the hards from Dan should come into play about lap 10. They should be equal to the mediums. But that just allows Offside to sprint away even more. So yeah, he's in a prime position, you could say.
I'm loving this camera angle. You're seeing the whole kind of yacht in the background. This is a very new camera. I
Oh,
don't think this has been in what's happened.
Luke spun. No, not Luke. Someone spun. Taupe spun.
Taupe, yeah. I mean,
Nice softs.
one thing I really kind of wonder about here would be you've got to have, in my opinion, balls of steel to start on hards. Because you've got to trust you're not going to break a wing early. Because if you do, you're in a world of pain, right?
Yeah, but if you break a wing, you're in a world of pain anyways.
Yeah, true.
So you might as well take it. In retrospect, I would have started on hards as well in D1 because you have to stay out so long. It's almost better to be on hards, and then the undercut is even bigger. But anyways, you take it away.
So we have got 3, 4, 5 red lights. And I'm right on board with Dan here. He gets a decent enough start. Offside though looks like he's going to retain this very comfortably. Killer having a little nose into turn 1. Is anyone going to send it? There's a couple of sends, but most of the people have got through fairly clean. Offside already half a second up the road. People side by side in the background here. The fluorescent yellow car.
Wings, oh no, it's going wrong with the P. Coxy into the wall. Doesn't have a wing anymore.
That is going to be a
Shambles.
long race for him already. And look, let's see who's brave enough to go side by side. No one's doing a side by side. Ooh, someone was thinking about it.
Yeah, side by side. Oh, Mr. Highways. Oh, no.
he's
He
here.
touches him a bit. He gets the rod. He's trying. He's gonna send it into the chicane, isn't he? Oh, he bottoms out. Look at that. He just lost half a tenth by bottoming out.
Yeah?
That's how much it's worth. Oh, cuts the corner.
Oh, and that's Liam. A little pinch in Liam's round, and he may or may not have damage. He should be able to get going.
Massive damage on the left side. Oh,
Coxey's
on track.
I think that may be
wing damage.
Yeah, that may be an innocent one, I suspect, as Offside has absolutely cleared off.
He's gonna 3-stop the race and still win. Oh, Daniel Lovera is so late on the brakes. It's giving me anxiety on so many levels.
This guy is here, and he wants to be seen, and he is being seen. In those mirrors, can you just imagine what Ben's seeing? It's like, must be the most nightmarish thing you could ever imagine. As he's got him on the tail.
And Ben himself is doing Formula Drift. I think he's really locking into every hairpin. Someone tell him to move the brake wires to the front, please. Otherwise, Mr. Ives is going to send it. He says, "You watch my dive once tonight." Tobe on his softs behind his livery teammate at least. Yeah, I think they're teammates anyways. It's the Germans. Softs don't really work out. They didn't really gain any positions, did they?
No, not massively. Maybe
Luke
one.
gained a position. Luke got an insane start and snuck down the inside of Derry. So that's quite a good move, to be honest, on that one. As we have another yellow flag, and Liam is around again in the same chicane.
This is making me feel a lot better about my mistake earlier, but 3 seconds is the gap. Dan has got 2. I mean, Killer, the problem is he's on pad. I know this isn't his favourite track. He's put a worldie of a lap together, but it's now going to cause. Well, I mean, it's now a race for the podium, really. I mean, the front 2, unless they make a massive error, and I can't see Dan doing it because this, again, he knows this place like the back of his hand. And offside, his biggest, he might have a Senna moment, like, 30 seconds up the road or something, but that's what we're relying on at this point.
Yeah, and can you stop jinxing Dan like crazy? How much do you want to put the commentator's curse on him?
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, I have to. This is the track that he basically begs for every season. So the pressure's on you, my friend.
Battle for P8. That's probably the most important, exciting battle at the moment. Daniel's so close to Ben. It just takes such big balls to send it down the inside.
Yeah,
Look at him. He's pushing him around almost.
It requires trust as well, and again, I don't know how well. I'm sure Dan and Ben don't know each other too well, but you've really got to trust that someone's going to give you any kind of space, and they probably don't really want to at Monaco. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and never trust anyone in a LOE, to be honest.
The gap in front is now 4 seconds. At this rate, offside could lap the field, maybe.
Oh, don't you say that. Don't you say that.
He's tracking lapping Killer.
He should sandbag, otherwise he gets promoted into Division 1 like Mr. Lifeboat, who just got moved up and robbed of his title chances in Division 2.
Yeah, I mean, Offside Strikes was the kind of guy that probably wants to challenge himself one way or another, so I don't know. Monaco's such an outlier of a track, though, let's be real. I mean, the fact that Dan, who hasn't played the game for like a year and a half, is in second, and then you've got a pad driver in third, it kind of shows you. In some ways, Killer's probably got a slightly more impressive performance. We could probably give him credit than we give him credit for, because I don't think you love this track in pad from most people's experience.
Yeah, it's shocking, especially the hairpins are definitely not enjoyable. We see the soft dropping off right now. Scream is struggling, and Tober is also struggling. Liam is probably getting dizzy from all the spins. Mortz now gets past Daniel. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Oh, and now Tom Duval down the inside as well.
Great racing, though.
Crikey.
They gave each other the right amount of space at various points through that corner where they could have both absolutely killed each other. So, fair play. Daniel's an aggressive jacket, an aggressive high vis jacket, but he's not crazy. So, it's good to see.
I think I know the issue with Daniel. His tires might be getting hot. If you don't have the pressures on minimum, you're screwed. And yeah, he's struggling. And his overtake button is stuck on, and he's got wing damage. Well, no, he hasn't got wing damage. He hasn't got a wing.
What?
How did you lose that? That was not even a hard hit. Yeah, but he is straight into the pits, surely. Yeah, that's not his race done yet. He might get a massive undercut, but then he needs to push quite a bit. As Liam... Oh, he actually crashed to death in the chicane.
Again?
3 times the charm. Something like that.
Unbelievable. And if you look, Larkin is all over the back of Scream. This is the kind of race where Larkin's probably going to score sizable points by doing absolutely nothing, is my biggest prediction.
Yeah, could do. You can really see the soft struggling now. I think it's quite ambitious to go on to them. They need to go on a massive undercut to whatever tire If they go mediums, they can get a huge undercut, but they will have an absolute nightmare in the end. Is Larkin close enough for move? He activates the ERS, but it's just impossible. Oh, as Scream is flashing though. Yeah, you just can't make a move unless someone makes a mistake, really.
Flashing here is impressive, to be fair. It's like...
Yeah. True, in this game you actually regenerate energy in Monaco, which is great to see.
Ooh, Benin.
Ooh.
I think, yeah.
Damage?
Very early. I wonder, actually. This will be interesting. If it's not damage...
Ian is out as well in the swimming pool chicane, that is.
Is it damage?
Yes, it is not damage, no.
Wow, okay.
Ooh, he's ballsy. I like it. That's early though for a pit stop. He's going to be on the 70s at the end of the race. He needs to make it count then if he wants to make the undercut work. A Scream is getting overtaken. Wow, what a move round the outside from Larkin.
Incredible. Now he's Patuka's all over the back of him because of it. Oh, this is close, but yeah, you can't get. There's not much you can do through there unless you are Mats, who did that earlier, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Scream into neutral in the hairpin. That's not the strat on this game anymore. What was it, 2020 where you have to reverse?
Yeah.
RJW really, really close to Topa there. So Topa's softs are also going off the cliff, so we'll see them pitting soon. And yeah, Ben is going to get a huge undercut if they keep holding each other up, and he's probably going to be in an FP3. Yes, someone in the wall, Petuka. Round he goes. Probably tried to move on Scream, didn't have it on my screen. As Topa and RJW also side by side. What is going on?
RJ is trying. I mean, he's. The problem is, you think this is an overtaking spot, but you only ever really, at best, go around the outside, and at best, get alongside. There's lots of moving. I can't really work out who is.
Into the pits. Miami.
I feel like RJ's going to have to think of an inventive spot to kind of overtake. My personal inventive spot here, many moons ago, I made a move into the corner before the tunnel. No one expects it there.
Yeah, that's wild.
Maybe because it's a really bad idea.
Yeah. I think out of turn 1 up the hill, if you get the run, that's the best opportunity, because into the next chicane you always have that fear lingering of hitting that inside wall. But RJW, is he going to test the waters? Yes.
I think that was quite clever. I don't think he was ever trying. I think he was trying to compromise the line, but Tope didn't really fall for it. So good racing all round.
Just so tough to pass in this game. And it's track. Oh, RJW gets all out of shape into the chicane, and now Mort is having a front row seats for this battle ahead. Tope is now pitting. Screaming Ty is on track.
Wow.
Into the wall he goes. And into the pits the soft runners go.
And look how Ben is making time, by the way. I mean, just feel like it. This is incredible. I mean, he's going to be really up there if Killer and Luke and Darry don't react, potentially. Killer's doing him a huge favour.
Top and the front wing change as well. But the issue now Ben is having, he's going to hit traffic. And if he doesn't dispose of the traffic quickly, his whole undercut strategy is out the window. So he needs to make aggressive moves now or never if he wants a podium. But yeah, the undercut is huge, and then he just has to hold on for the rest of the race. Let's see, it's probably the only move going on. Mort is quite close to RJW, but not close enough. Oh, look at Ben. Is he going to do the trademark old school move? No, he's not. Petuka is fighting it though, he's pressing the battery. Oh, wow. Ben has to do it now or never. Now or never. Send it, lad. Send it. Oh, he's not. Petuka makes it. Can he stop it? Yes, he can. And he absolutely parks it. No switchbacks allowed here. Gets a twitch on the exit. Just impossible to pass someone. As RJW in the pits as well. My favourite steward of all time. Can Ben now clear Petuka? Is Petuka going to pit? No, he's not. Petuka himself will have DRS. Probably.
I think he could get. Oh wow, he is.
He doesn't.
Oh no.
He doesn't.
This should be it. It's now or never, isn't it? It's got to be now. Ah, Ben.
Cut back. Yes, he can do it. No, he hits the back of him. He can't get the run, and the track is not wide enough. He's probably starting a petition to widen the track right now, but just no way through. And now Crystal is now going to hold them both up and make it even more painful. Took almost down the inside of Crystal.
This is awful because you've got slow, slower, and fast. No, you've got slower, slow, and fast in a train.
Yep.
This is absolute nightmare for Ben. What was a good idea in principle is not turning out to be. He's got to make it.
He just needs to send it and hope Patuka goes out of the way. It's his only chance, but he can't. Patuka into the back of Crystal. Oh, it's mayhem. Yeah, Patuka has to let them through. I hope that's no wing damage for Crystal, for the rear wing. But that's one position for Ben, and now he needs to clear this lap. Then he can maybe reduce the damage a little bit, but it's still going to be painful. Oh, look how close he is. He needs to make the move now, Mark. No,
he has
never.
to. Oh, look at that. That's going to be it. Surely there was a bad exit there.
Oh, he's got marbles, though.
Oh, no.
Goodness me. Well saved, but a bit ambitious from Crystal. They probably don't know he has pitted yet, so that's why they're fighting so hard.
Yeah,
Doesn't
probably.
make sense, there's no safety car to fight otherwise. Look at the gaps in front!
It's absolutely insane.
Pit now and he's ahead of Killer. It's 11 laps into the race.
I'm telling you, I'm not... Please, if you're listening offside, whatever happens, we won't judge. Lap third. You're not going to do Dan, I don't think, but you probably could lap third.
20 seconds. Your lap is about 70-ish seconds.
It's
20
close.
times 4, yeah. If he undercuts, you can pit a bit earlier and get a couple of seconds for free.
It's not out of the question.
I think we'll see Killer's PlayStation on eBay tomorrow if that happens.
I think he would. I don't know. I think if he comes third, he's going to be absolutely delighted. I think you will not find a happier podium. I'm not sure he would care too much, to be completely honest. But
should be disqualified if he gets lapped.
I mean, I'm not ruling anything out as maybe
probably tiring. Yeah. It's bet twice into the pits. Daniel Lovera.
Oh no! That is absolutely. I mean, it was. Oh Lord!
That was a strike and a half from Chris.
He's just snap retired. Probably he must have got rear wing there, I suspect.
Yeah. Chris absolutely rammed into the back of him. I don't know whether it was on purpose or just an incident or whatever happened before, but yeah, that was a strike and a half from Crystal into the wall with Daniel. Now it's 14 left out of 20, and we're not even third through the race. Do we have 10 finishes at the end?
Oh, I mean, we could do. I'm actually going to message Daniel say, "Oh, as Crystal is in the," and he's purposely wrecked himself. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe he's been on some crystal before he was racing.
Yeah, you don't need a crystal ball to foresee the penalties coming this way. Alright, then we have all the puns out of the way. Oh. Back to the race. Killer is doing exactly what he needs to. He needs to create a gap to Luke, so he's safe from his undercut. He's doing quite well with that, to be honest. As I said, now there's 13 left. Luke the German. Doing not enough to stay with Killer. Does he have damage? That's the question. I can't see any visible damage. But he's not with the pace anymore. He's losing the pace.
Yeah.
He has damage, surely. He's understeering.
Is that Killer, do you mean?
Luke. Oh, Luke into the pits. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, interesting. Okay. It's undercut time, maybe. Yeah, he's wing damage.
He's got a wing, yeah, he's got a wing.
He's not winging it around the circuit anymore. Oh god. He should have not repaired the wing. And held position maybe. We'll see. Dari is now unleashed and he has to close up the Killer to make the undercut work on him. 22-second lead. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I think the lap thing is gonna happen.
It's absolutely insane. This is so dominant. Like, I mean, do not. The only way he would definitely, The only way I'll petition for him to go up is if he does start sandbagging. I want complete dominance, and I don't care.
I think he wants it too. I think I know him well enough. He just wants to absolutely slam one into Troom's face.
Absolutely. I would rather see this as an absolute like exhibition than anything else. I mean, Dan's going to be gutted because he's probably sat there. Although he's on hards, I don't know. I'm probably trying to build something up that is never going to ever exist. But you know, he's not doing too bad. His killer is in, so he reacts to Luke, but he doesn't realise that Luke actually had wing damage. I suspect.
RJ and Taupe had a little kerfuffle as well. So yeah, killer into the pits. No wing change for him. Going on a set of hearts. Really tricky pit exit. You don't want to hit any walls, and then you have no grip and marbles for the pit exit line, which is probably not going to be respected that much.
Look at Ben JS.
Wow.
Look at that gap. That is absolutely incredible. And just for context, if you want to check the pit stops, if I can. Where has it gone? Stops. Sorry, I've missed it. Ben JS is your, you know, if you could argue net leader, but let's not be silly. He's not going. He unless Offside has inherited a Ferrari garage by accident from this random approach. He is very much the net not leader, but definitely net third place, as he's all over Larkin. Now, I suspect Larkin won't fight this terribly, knowing him. He'll be just about getting round and making points, but when you know, and I think Ben will know that too. Now, the danger of that is sometimes you can get a bit over-ambitious because you assume someone's going to be under-ambitious and then cause an incident. But he won't.
Yeah, Ben is sliding already like crazy. Again, like in the first half of the race, he needs to be a bit more cautious if he wants to make those tires last. I can tell you what, Dari is absolutely going to get shafted by everyone undercutting him. Someone told him safety cars off, because that's going to be painful. Meanwhile, Killer's probably, he's already gained 2 seconds, hasn't he? Ben JS stuck behind Larkin and the fresher tires, but are the fresher tires enough to make the move late on? That's going to be the question. Judging by the sliding of Ben, yes, but we'll see. Larkin enjoying the dizzying heights of P6 in his pink F1 car. And D Morts, give a shout out to him, is quite decent, doing decently as well. Luke just behind Taupe. So Luke is behind Killer still, but he can undercut the other guys even with his wing change. And Luke is going to send it into the chicane, isn't he?
Wow, no one's doing it. It's really strange. Pick a battle very quickly. I need to leave you for 1 minute because I need the loo.
Sure. Yeah, that inside wall in the chicane just prevents you from sending it, because the inside wall is staring at you with with his eyes. Just Mark is getting old, guys, so excuse the pre-break. We're all gonna get there. We're all gonna get there. Ben J has still not passed Larkin, picking up some marbles for the other guys. What a generous human being. Audi looks so good on stream. Should have raced with Audi today. And he moves. Luke is still looking for a move on Taupe. No, not quite. As Offside's pace is about top 10 pace from Division 1 as well, so he's absolutely flying, if not top 5 pace. Cap is now, he's gonna get undercut quite a bit Offside, so the wall will not be that big as Luke gets past Taupe now. I think Taupe has resigned the position. Tom Duval, the guy in the Racing Point livery, has also picked up a penalty. As Killer has arrived in Ben JS's rear wing window, which is called a DRS, for you don't know. Darby now into the pits. He's gonna get shafted by everyone undercutting him. You know, have the best tires, but that won't help him that much. He's gonna get undercut by everyone. Absolutely everyone.
Right.
He's lost.
He's had a mare.
Darby's lost. Well, Miami is there. Glad you're back. I know you're getting old, but
Sorry.
full race distance, come on. Uh,
Apologies. Lola,
uh,
the Lola of Ben is looking very... Oh, he goes into the back of Larkin. Larkin's loving this. Larkin and Killer, if I'm not mistaken, are actually teammates. Very hard to keep a track on who's teammates. I suspect they're also in a party, and I suspect they are absolutely loving this. You've got to send it, Ben. It's not going to happen. And Offside loses the lead of the race. What a massive upset here.
wow.
Let's create some clickbait. Eon Dan is now your leader. Could he win?
I kind of just mentioned Larkin is helping Offside, lapping Killer.
Yes, I mean...
Go on, Larkin, stay out. No, any pits. Alright, Ben is released. Larkin is bringing his big long pink one into the pit. Sticks it in there. Gets a hard on and drives back on track.
None of that was out of context.
Side by side action. Oh, Mort's and Darry into turn 1. Mort is pushing Topaz, excuse me, up the hill. If he used the ERS, he would have had a run on him there, but doesn't do that. Top with quite worn heart, so looking at that, Ben is not going to enjoy the next 20 laps.
He sent it! He's a good send. No, I mean, to be fair, he got such a bad exit, Tope, that I think that was more than fair play.
Yeah.
We saw that earlier, and yeah, I saw that earlier in D3, but slightly less professional, and that was better done. Shout out to Matt if you're listening. As Killer is now all over the back of Ben JS. I mean, it's going to be an ask. It's going to be an ask, let's be real. But it doesn't matter how worn the tyres are really here. It's going to be hard to pass him.
Yeah, but they're going to catch the Rich Energy mobile in P3, which is Brent with his golden livery. And he's gonna throw a spanner into it. Killer on the outside sends it on Ben. Oh, that's the move of the night.
Wow.
If he makes it stick, he doesn't. He doesn't get the exit. How did he not get the exit? That would have been the move of the season for sure. Wow. He's now the VRS almost now. That just shows the insane overspeed. So Darry has been let through by Topaz, so they're working together as teammates. Wow, that was his chance, and he didn't get the exit. But what an attempt! He got one of that.
Offside. I'm not happy. He's not lapping as quick. He's sandbagging. He needs to keep cracking on.
Give him 5 seconds, and he's still setting a purple lap.
Well, that's true.
Let's go. Just wait for him. He's gonna catch Dan in a second.
I mean, what's really interesting is, does Dan make himself an absolute nuisance? I mean, why not? I mean, he might as well, right? Like,
yeah. If Ben gets past Brent quickly and Dan stays out too long, he's gonna be in threat of an undercut as well if he starts playing with offside. But he should be safe.
Yeah, I mean,
never know.
You could even get wing damage at the right part of the track and still come out.
Yeah.
But that is, I mean, Killer and Ben are going to be glued until Killer gets past him.
Oh, he gets a run. Down the inside, he must go. Oh, he crashed down Ben. Oh.
I think Ben did brake late. Oh, I don't know. I think Ben realised what was...
I don't know. We have to see the replays of that later in the steward's office. Pink Floyd style, another prick in the wall. Sorry. I love you, Ben. Sorry about that. Great effort for the undercut, but it wasn't to be. He got killed, or as you can say, killed, into turn 5, 4.
And to quote...
The move was on, but...
Yeah.
It's Monaco, it happens.
And to quote a famous former D1 commentator, he ran away like he was completely innocent and he did nothing at all. As offside is all over the back. All over the back of Dad. He's gonna... I mean, come on. Send it. Cause some drama. Why not?
The lapping is not on anymore, mate. The gap is not big enough. He
No,
needs to pass. Dan, can you get out of the way? We need to see this.
Dan's just probably thinking, I've got nothing to lose. If you're going to crash behind me, that's the way I win this race.
We should. No, we could throw in a little brake check and he wouldn't even notice. And then it's wide open again. He stays out again. How aggressive and how risky is Osai gonna be? He's not using his battery.
Not at all.
Could have had a run.
He's not concerned with our childish games, really. I suspect, unfortunately. Dean Morts. Now, what's really interesting with him is that he seems to be someone that's been on these. Been on these tyres a while, no? I feel.
No, he's got them fresh. He made super well progress on the first stint. He's up 6 positions from his starting position. Won that fresh tyres from Killer.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
He's on for a shot on podium if Killer bottles it, or if Killer gets a penalty by the stewards after the race. Oh, as he almost bottles it out of turn 1. Doesn't need a mirror if he does that. Just turns around and exit. As offside, yeah, he's just lifting, coasting. It's dangerous though, if you don't arrive at the speed that you usually do in the corners. You turn in a bit too early, turn in a bit too late, and you're in trouble. Speaking of trouble, RJW videos is absolutely in trouble. I think Luke was inside of him, ghosting a couple of laps ago. Now they're really putting under pressure, with Barry on the freshest set of tyres.
Morts is all over the back of Killer. He's going to have a run. It's just a question of, is he brave enough? He wants to do it.
Payback time. Oh, he doesn't do it.
Oh, Killer's gone deep. Oh, he does well though.
Not deep enough. Offside is getting frustrated, yeah. He's weaving.
He's following him up, and Dan knows what this is about. You could snap a wing off pretty much from any point from here probably and still manage to come out in front of Killer. So Dan's got no incentive to move out the way actually.
Mortson doesn't get the exit. It's so hard to get an exit right in dirt here. But if he keeps pushing Killer and Killer is derating, he has even more overspeed.
Here we go.
For this time? No, not yet.
Dan is using everything. Dan is 100% just staying until this guy dies. That's his strategy. Like
he's pitting the penultimate lap, you say?
He's not gonna. Well, why bother? Because if you pit, you know that you've just guaranteed yourself second. If you keep this guy behind you, frustrate him enough, you might make a mistake. I mean, I don't reckon. Oh, Dan! There's no logic to that. There's no logic to that, Dan.
Oh, yellows. Who's in trouble?
Brent, I think.
Oh, Brent. Yeah, on his fresh mediums.
There's no logic to moving out the way. I'm really struggling with that.
The tyres have been fine as well. They're not that old. Oh, Brent's down the inside of Miami. Around the outside, excuse me. Someone gets it done. A bit of a tickle there through the chicane. But does he have damage? Does Brent have damage? Looks understeery as hell. Might have just been one corner. Should be fine looking from the outside. Larkin sticks his pink car in
wow!
there.
This is an incredible. Oh, you can't be doing this, surely.
Oh,
switch back.
Comes at you there. Oh, beautiful.
That is beautiful. Wow.
Still close.
Ooh, that is a great move. Fair play. There's
Morts! Oh, what? How? How? It was
How'd you do it there?
Eh? Killer's weaving though. Has there been an incident?
Oh, keep an eye.
Was it a push and pass?
I mean, it's hard not to there, right? Like, it was Darry.
Oh, it's all kicking off. Oh no, what's happening here? Glued together through chicane. Oh, Duval gets a position. I don't know who was in front before that. They're trying to overtake now, where they're getting desperate. Patience is over. Darry is still close. I think Darry is the one that has been undercut by Duval.
Has Killer got damage? Because he's dropping.
Brent, no, Mortz is just quick. Mortz is rapid.
Wow. I mean, let's keep an eye on Dan versus offside. I mean, we'll probably keep an eye out for about 2 seconds, and then we'll realise that offside's still going to win. But I mean,
Oh, Brent Tope. Oh, into the wall we must go.
wow.
Tope is getting the run. Not quite. Oh yeah, he's lacking a front wing. He's having the Monza Aero package there on the front. Oh, horrible. Gets out of the way of Miami. And Tope is still getting points. Finishing. We only have points scores running, to be honest. Probably going to get down to 10 runners in the end. We'll see about that. Tom Duvall has cleared Derry, absolutely. Is now chasing after Luke and RJW on very used tyres. Dan is not making inroads really, so he's just solidifying P2. Does he have the fastest lap of the race? No, he doesn't. Offside still has it by a 10th on the hearts. Just shows how quick he is. Killing now 37 seconds behind offside. You know, if he drops a bit more, it's still on, but it's tough. It's tough.
It's going to be really tough, unfortunately. I mean, I wanted to see it, I'm not going to lie, but I'm really struggling to...
He could lap Larkin, that would be something, isn't it? That would give some deep satisfaction.
Let's look at who's the most likely to do anything here. Oh, as Miami gets in the pit, as does Tope. Well, there's going to be some fastest lap jiggery here as well, isn't there, realistically? I mean, offside would be a baller if he managed to... I know he's going to manage it, because Dan is closing, but nowhere near enough.
Yeah, if offside can stretch the gap a bit, he might go for it in the end, because it's still a point he can use. So if he can stretch the gap to 23 seconds, 22 seconds, he could be confident enough to pit at the penultimate lap. At the moment, Dan is on the quicker tyres, and that's going to be here for a while.
I would say the most likely person to be able to do it probably would be Dan, realistically. He should be able to pull out a cut 22 seconds or so, I suspect, to Mort's. Killer is dropping back as we have a pit from RJ.
Ooh. No wing change though, what?
What are we doing here?
He's committing the two-stop. Oh,
What?
Floor damage, rear wing damage.
I mean, just get round.
What's the issue there? Does he have to go?
Maybe. I mean, literally, like, I hope everything's okay. Like, yeah. I'm really confused because he's not the kind of chap that normally does that either. So, genuinely,
yeah, there was no visible damage.
No.
And Yossi was getting good points.
Yeah.
I message him on Discord quickly to see what's happening.
Yeah. Very strange. Very, very odd. I'm gonna actually have a quick look in. Wow.
Okay, so he's writing, typing to me. Oh, was Luke almost into the wall? Okay.
Wow.
I have a response from RJW. Yep. Everything is alright, just can't be asked driving this track.
Oh. Wow. I mean...
Well, that's... It's only 10 laps to go, buddy, come on.
I'm really confused.
Why? Okay.
I'm really confused.
Even the confusion is confusing me. Luke is having his own little train now. Luke the tank engine. With his beautiful German livery. P5. Is he gonna hang on to it? He's got the worst ties out of this little group. And can I tell you what? Dan has gained a lot to offside in the last couple of laps. It was 20 seconds a couple of laps ago, now it's 15. And also just chilling as he realized he's not going to get that fast at that point. Well, he still has it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Was he just backing off to be safe? Or has he got damage? No, he looks fine, Ooh,
But
Tom Duval is close.
this is proving to be one of the strangest races I've ever seen, realistically.
Yeah. Ooh, Brent and Larkin is also really close together. Brenton has fresh mediums. Well, fresh-ish mediums. Is he gonna stick down inside somewhere? I really want to see that mark move now into port here.
It was reserved for someone who. It was a different game though. The traction levels. I think it was like F1 2018 or something. Like really, just got insane traction.
Oh, good times, mate, good times.
You
Brent
can't.
Dan is gaining his second each lap now, over a second.
I think he's going to be fine. I think offside has got the cigar out. Realistically, I don't think he's. I'm
Let me
going
have a
to
look at warnings.
have a look at his. I mean, you shouldn't care about warnings anyway. I mean, have a look at his lap
Zero
times.
warnings.
This is suspicious. Is how I would describe it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the tide drop-off is about that. And Dan is just driving quickly at the moment. Dan is driving a really good pace, actually.
Hmm.
Oh, as we have a move, maybe Brent down the inside of Larkin into turn one. Here we go. Oh, side by side, a little bit of leaning on each other, glued to each other. Oh, just leave enough space for each other. There's marbles on the outside. Larkin hugging the inside like his favorite granny. Can't quite hang it out, and that's a good move, I would say, from Brent. A bit hard into turn one,
Yeah.
but you need to do that in Monaco if you want to pass, and they left each other room. Good
Yeah.
racing.
It's it's.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. It was
I-
ambitious, but Larkin saw it, and then it was kind of fine.
yeah.
I don't think it's penalty worthy. It's just
No.
hard but fair.
As the I'm trying to work out where there's really a battle at this point. I'm really kind of struggling, particularly now
The
that that's
battle is
happening.
offside Nova against Larkin.
It probably.
Uh, and Duval is still really close to Luke, and if he gets past him, he can maybe clear his penalty as well. That's
The,
probably the only battle going on for the next couple of laps on track. And Dan is now 11 seconds behind offside.
at some point, that's going to reverse, though, isn't it? At some point, it's going to be the case
I
where
don't know.
offside. Uh,
I don't know. Toad gets a penalty as well.
don't think that's going to. Yeah, that's not
Offside's
going to.
pace is fine. 13.5 is fine. Well, it's 2.3 off his PB, but that was probably a push lap on fresh tires.
Mm.
It's not bad pace. It's just that Dan is absolutely flying. 12.0. Dan is gaining 1.5 seconds a lap. 7 to go.
Yeah.
At this rate, a Steam Mortis 97% of battery. He could power the whole of Monaco with that battery status. He doesn't want to use any of that. Oh, Tom Duval's so close to Luke, brushes the walls, moves him a bit more to the outside for the cars to come. Yeah, now Tom is close. He needs to make the move quite soon, but he doesn't have the battery. He's pushing it though. Into turn one, here we go. Oh, goes deep. No.
I think he tried to think about a switchback line and then forgot that you needed to do the back rather than the switch.
Yeah. 9.8, 9.7. What am I seeing? Dan is driving.
Dan is driving unbelievable. I mean, he's giving us at least something to think about.
Is he on pad or wheel?
Dan's on wheel. Dan's on wheel. And this is his, like...
12-1! Come on, lad.
He's driving absolutely incredibly. At least he's making offside work for this. I mean, the gap is less than what it was when before they both pit, which is a hell of an achievement to someone that outqualified you by half a second. I feel like he's getting his eye in the longer this race goes.
He's gained over 10 seconds since the pit stops.
It's an incredible effort.
They were racing each other, and then Dan is doing the Merc strat, pitting. Well, it was his only pit stop, but he's gaining time and time and time. Slow on battery though, and offside is probably just chilling, but I think offside is also getting a bit worried looking at that delta time, thinking I'm driving my consistent pace, but why What kind of drugs is Dan got out of his pocket on the pit stop?
I'm almost certain these
That's
two, they've never drove together, but both absolutely really nice gentlemen, and I feel like they'll enjoy this little battle that never really came to be, but nearly was, realistically.
39 by your side. Let's see what Dan does across the line. 12.6, 1.3 seconds. 5 laps to go.
It's gonna.
He needs 1.6 to close up. 1.5 a lap, and then overtaking is a different story then. But at least it puts pressure on us outside. He can't just chill.
No, he
Patty
can't.
under pressure. Patrick under pressure.
He's doing enough to get in his head, and the lines. The lines here seem to be a little bit. I don't know. Offside is now regaining that battery. What's interesting? This is almost a stone cold killer kind of approach, because he had low battery, and I feel like he's saving it purely just in case Dan does get close to him. I mean, It's a real clever approach. He's not panicking. He's going, actually, you can get as close as you want. I can use this for the whole lap, and it's irrelevant.
The gap is coming down. Offside 13.5. Okay, he's increased his pace a bit. He's found the groove again. 12.8. Yeah, it's. We can try to hype it up, but I think the chase is.
No, it's done. I think.
Over.
Tom
As
DeVal.
Bradley Walsh would say, the chase is over.
Tom DeVal is all over the back of Luke, and he knows he has to make. He pretends to send, and that compromises him.
Yep.
Wow, unlucky. Weirdly, I love the move. I think that's a real kind of GT kind of. You don't see it in F1 as much. You know, it's a real kind of GT kind of ACC Gran Turismo kind of approach, pretending and ducking and diving. In F1, the cars tend to be more high downforce, where you can't do it so well at other tracks. But somewhere like here, 100%. And I think Tom DeVal is really trying to get past. He knows this is his last chance, realistically, to open that 3-second gap.
Yeah, and sorry for my French, but Luke absolutely shot himself into that chicane, seeing that pink dot appear on his left side. So we have Taupe, yeah. Yeah, going for another spin. Let's have a little look at the gap. Larkin 1 minute 1 behind. Also needs 12 seconds. That's not gonna happen. The dream is over. Yeah, and Dan is not gaining anymore. 40 seconds P3. Yeah, Dan needs to pit on
Just pit.
This lap. Yeah, he needs to pit on this lap to get the fastest lap. If he doesn't do it, I'm gonna absolutely DM him and tell him how stupid he is. We'll see.
You might as well. I mean, absolutely might as well.
Yes, it's a free point.
Even if you crash, you're still going to get 3 points.
Yeah, and that, yeah. Taupe into the pits. He's gonna go for the fast lap shootout. Anyone else? Okay, let's see. Outside has found the groove. Tom DeVal can't make the move. So is Dan gonna pit or not? His pit light is not flashing. He hasn't told his team yet he's gonna pit. Come on, Dan, don't be stupid. Dan!
No!
Okay. So be it. He probably doesn't want to take the risk of a push lap. Fair enough.
I mean, it's Monaco. Any other place you do it.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have had to push even. But still, yeah, okay. Bit of a shame. But
A little bit.
Still an awesome drive. Still an awesome drive.
I mean, we're looking at position changes. D Mort's up from 10th to 3rd is a cracking statement. I think the only three, and it is particularly boring, let's be honest, but I can't look past the top 3 for driver of the day. I don't know about you. It's just an absolute no-brainer, right? Like, a man
Fox is my driver of the day.
You're a particular fan when he comes last, I know that. But offside, he's dominated this race. It's an absolute genuinely one of the most impressive drives I've probably commentated over. But Dan is someone that's not driven on this game for a very long while. He's come back only for a few weeks. Particularly impressive performance. And, someone that jumps up 7 places and gets moves done as D Morts has, you can't really look past it. So, Killer, great effort on 4th as he's about to get unlapped by Tome. I'm sure that's really impressing him as he goes around. But offside is going around the final loop. I mean, let's just enjoy what has been. We're probably not really actually concentrating. I mean, he's probably not had much screen time realistically, so I'm going to give him a whole lap because he absolutely deserves it. This has been one of the most impressive drives I've seen in D2. This is to beat Dan flat out at Monaco is pretty damn impressive. It's not an easy feat.
Yeah, but it looked more dominant at times during this race than at the end with the gap. But if you look behind, Team Morts is 45 seconds, over 50 seconds behind offside. That's over a second a lap over the whole race. All Team Morts had to come to traffic, but yeah, great drive from both of the leaders. Absolutely flawless, no damage from them, no penalties. Very impressive in Monaco.
And he's going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. And just thoughts for D Morts, by the way. He's just exited Sector 1 and he's seen race winner. As Dan comes second, we're going to have a very long interlude until D Morts comes over the line in 3rd place, unless something strange happens. But Tom Duval is still trying. I mean, we're right on board here because it's the only battle we've got left. He's got to run. He's going for it.
Just do it.
Oh! What's gone on there? That is absolute shenanigans. Luke has a 3-second time bed, which I suspect might get removed.
Yeah.
I'm not talking for the stewards, I promise, but D Mort's last podium place, well in, great result. Killer will follow over the line, and Luke is going to lose very temporarily 5th to Darry, I would assume. And Tom Duval, with his Last of Us, he was definitely the killer. He was definitely sus on that last lap dive, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm just surprised that with a 90-degree angle Luke was facing to the right, he still got somehow through the chicane.
How did he save it? I
don't know. Well, it was a bit weird. It was so cringe into the chicane. Duval probably wanted to go inside, but then outside, and then there was no outside anymore, and things happened. But look at Mr. Default winning the race. And yeah, what a drive. See you in Division 1 next week, mate.
Yes, I mean, if I can get my pay, once I've got 2 knees, I'll be up there with you. But that was probably one of the most impressive drives I've seen from my side. I mean, just a casual 54 seconds ahead of D Morts. Dan gets it to within 7 seconds, probably because offside was showboat. He still got the fastest lap, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
wow, perfect weekend. Almost a grand slam, but he hasn't led every lap of the race, has he?
No. I'm still a bit annoyed Dan Pitt. I would have just literally just hung out there like a bad smell if I was Dan, because that's... Although, he got close. His strategy wasn't too far off, but yeah, I don't know. Great results through the field. I mean, there's a lot of controversy. I mean, only 10 people finished. Shout out to Miami for getting around and getting you 3 points. I appreciate anyone that does that when it's probably not your favourite place. Same with Larkin as well. But I suspect Luke will probably inherit 5th as a suspicion.
Do you get points if you DNF and you're P12?
No, you have to finish 90%. So you'd have to finish lap 35. 30, you'd have to finish lap 36 technically.
39, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so yeah, unfortunately not for those guys, but yeah. Really interesting race. There's going to be probably a lot of chat in the. I can tell you for one thing, someone might be getting banned if there's a. From what I've seen,
Yeah,
no
Crystal has
surprises.
already left the server.
Ah, yeah, there we go. There we go. My job was done. I did that on the sly, in the chat, and sent it to someone. But there we go. Driver of the day we've already gone through. It was a very entertaining race. Any last words from you, my man?
I'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.